Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Today we are up at the YouTube yacht building site, or the new site. We're going to take some trees out, get some stuff burnt up. Have a little bit of a minor issue with the chainsaw, but we get it squared away pretty quickly.
You see what happened?
And then we're going to go into a little bit of detail about the YouTube yacht itself.
If you're new to the channel, well, welcome. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back. You can see the Cat 304 mini excavator behind me. That's Dirt Perfect, so you know we've been renting that to work on clearing out for the future lake. We got a burn pile going down there, and I'm going to throw it together one more time. It's been a couple hours since we did that this morning. Throw that together one more time, and then we are headed up and we're going to start the new access and hopefully finish clearing the new access to the new YouTube yacht building site. So I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you're excited about it. Let's get this thing fired up. Let's get that fired up a little bit more. Let's get to it.
In case you missed the past two videos or the previous two videos, we've actually been clearing out for a future pond build. And this is kind of what we're throwing together real quick here at the very beginning, throwing a little bit of this fire together. And for whatever reason, when I cleared this, I left this one random tree down the ditch. So I'm going to get that drugged down to the fire, and then we're going to head up to the new YouTube yacht building site. If you're new to the channel, the YouTube yacht is a rental cabin we are trying to build in the shape of a tugboat, and we're getting ready to break ground on the new location.
So that fire is actually burning pretty hot in the middle yet, so we're actually just going to leave it and we'll come throw it back together a little bit later this evening. And then I was able to get this up out of the ditch so we can cut it a little bit safer, a little more safely, or however you want to say it. And then we can get those pieces thrown on later tonight too. So up to the new YouTube yacht road, which will lead to the YouTube yacht building site, which will lead to me showing you where the new YouTube yacht building site is going to go and why we picked that location. So we're making really good progress. It is, oh, this is my hatchet, by the way. I've been just putting that into the trees and sticking you guys on that. I call it a tree tripod. Tree tripod. Drive it in the tree, magnetic mount, you know how it works. Anyway, we're making good progress that way. But I think the inspectors are getting ready to come out. I thought I heard him drive by. We'll see if the inspector shows up and make sure we got the stamp of approval, and then we'll keep on keeping on. But we are really close to the YouTube Yacht site. It is just around that corner. Inspector approved. They are taking off back to the house. She said she's got a cobbler in the oven, so we're gonna work just a little bit longer, get around to the corner to the actual site. I'm gonna go eat some blackberry cobbler. That is what I'm gonna do. That's the plan. All right, so the 304 is parked at the end of the laneway. Let's give you a quick tour of what we're looking at here. This is gonna be the new site for the YouTube Yacht, and let me explain why we picked this site real quick, and then we'll get into actually clearing the spot for the YouTube Yacht so we can drive some stakes and see how it's gonna fit in there. But just to get your bearings, right through there, you see that big stump? That is the black oak tree that Nuts 319 took out for us. We come over the hill here. Use the 304 as a reference, but that will be the top of the main deck. And just down the hill, this will be the bottom of the hole, the basement floor, if you will. If you look through there, you'll see the smoke. That is from the burn pile for the lake project, which means you won't be right on the lake, but you'll have a great shot right through those trees, through those older trees, and we'll put a walking path down to it. It'll be absolutely gorgeous. And the bow, the front of the boat, will point that way, which means when you're up in the wheelhouse, which is the master bedroom, you'll have a view of Mogan Ridge in the wintertime and get gorgeous, gorgeous sunsets in that direction. There's a couple other things about this site. Oh, obviously, in the septic is 200 feet down that hill, and there's 50 foot of fall from this spot to this septic site. I'm not very good at math, but I'm pretty sure that should be plenty of fall. A couple other things I want to show you about this site that we're really, really excited about. One, nature's just helped us out a lot for the beauty of this. This right here is a dogwood tree, and there are lots of these redbud trees that are lining the edge of the road. So in the springtime, there will be lots of flowers on these trees, and it'll be gorgeous coming down this road. There's also lots of these cherry trees along the road. And as we make our way further out, there's a lot of those younger tulip poplars that are coming up, which will be beautiful as well. This is what we think a perfect site. We kind of actually like it better than the original site. So, like I said, Chelsea has cobbler in the oven. I'm gonna go home and get some of that, and then the next clip will hopefully be clearing the spot for where it's actually gonna sit, and then we'll explain it in a little bit better detail. So it is a new day. Cobbler was delicious, by the way, blackberry cobbler. Chelsea went down with the kiddos and picked some blackberries off the wild blackberry bushes that are around the property. It was awesome, it was absolutely awesome. So we are back at the YouTube Yacht site, the new site. You can kind of see it 3 or 4 hiding behind that brush right there. I'm just trying to find a good spot where I can burn some stuff, where there's a little bit of a hole of a canopy. There's some good spots up there, but I'm trying to keep swinging everything downhill. It's just a little bit easier on the machine, a little bit easier on me, and goes a little bit quicker if you don't have to swing stuff up the hill. Use gravity to your advantage. So I'm gonna try to find a spot over here that we can start a good burn pile, and then we'll start getting this cleaned out. You can see though, there's not a whole lot in here. There's really not. There's already a pretty big, pretty good sized hole. We'll come down, maybe take some of this smaller stuff out. I don't know. I got to get the tape measure out, paint out, see exactly what kind of size space we need, and then we'll get going.
Just a couple things real quick. We do plan on doing a very in-depth video in the near future showing the floor plans, the elevation drawings, some of the drawings that we based some of this off of, which one random really cool thing is I learned that I have a cousin who actually builds boats by hand in a town very close to here, which is crazy because I didn't know that. And he actually had some tugboat, some RC tugboat drawings he sent my way, which was very awesome because I was just able to kind of scale some of that up for a reference. We will also show some photographs of tugboats that we slightly modeled it off of as well, but that'll be in a future video, not this video, but just some real quick numbers. The longest point will be 46 feet, bow to stern, so front to back. The widest point will be 17 feet. It'll be 3 levels. You will have the hull, which will be the basement, and the hull will be pretty much exposed all the way around because it kind of shows the shape of a tugboat. Without being able to see that, it just looks like boxes stacked. So that will be exposed and be kind of a walkout basement. Then you'll have the main level, which will be the kitchen and dining kind of gathering area. And then you'll have the wheelhouse, which will have a bed and a half bath. Now the full bath will be in the very bottom level in the hull because we have plenty of elevation for the septic. And then another random cool thing up in the wheelhouse where there'll be a bed and a half bath, we're gonna try to put some mock tugboat controls up there so it kind of fits with the whole theme. So that's just some quick numbers and quick little things about it. So hopefully it'll kind of help visualize in your head and set your expectations to what we're looking for. Now, one thing I do want to add as well, I know a few people might ask, why didn't we put it right on the pond? We're going through the trouble of building the pond. It's supposed to look like a boat. Why wouldn't you put it on the pond? The answer to that is pretty simple. It is a split pond, so my neighbor's splitting the cost with me, and we just didn't think it'd be very neighborly to say, hey, thanks for helping us cover the cost of this pond. Bam, you slam a big obnoxious tugboat right on the bank of it that all of his guests and himself and his family have to look at every time they use the pond that they help pay for. We didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. So this way, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, but you will be able to see that water through the trees, which we think will still have a pretty cool effect.
I'm sorry, I keep knocking you guys off everything today, but the fire's going really well. There's just a little bit left up there. I'm gonna scrape up and get thrown on there. We'll take the blade, clean that up just a little bit. I'll take the chainsaw around the outside, cut these big longer pieces off, get them thrown in there, and then we'll start stripping what little bit of topsoil is off of here, just so it's kind of cleaned up and we know where everything's going.
Give you a quick tour where the road's gonna go. You guys see the barn there, you see the truck sitting there. You've seen some previous videos of some milling and firewood splitting over there. But we're gonna go through the field here. Eventually, we will rent Dirt Perfect skid steer, get it up here and peel this topsoil back, and then lay some base rock down. But today we're just doing the excavator part of it, which is getting all of the trees cleared in this section right here.
You guys got a quick little ranger ride on the way in to see the route of how we're going to get back here. I ran back to the house for a bottle of water real quick and some batteries. That's burning pretty good. We're going to go around the outside. Oh, hatchet cam, there you go. We're going to go around the outside, cut this bigger stuff off that I don't want to try to break with the machine, so we can get it thrown in the middle. And then we got a few dead ash trees right in this spot we're going to try to get down on this fire as well. Got that stuff cut around the edge. We'll get that thrown on in a second, but while I got my chaps on, I'm gonna go ahead and take down this dead ash tree here. You guys wanna look up that real quick? It's just a small little feller. But it is a little wonky up at the top. We'll try to go down in that hole there so it's easy to clean up. And then we've got this one right here. Go ahead and get this one too while we're at it. And it's not too bad. It's got some lean that way, but I think I've got enough room to get the excavator in here. And I should be able to get some pressure that way. All right, I was able to get squeezed in here just right. Got some roll in the bucket, got plenty of room for the boom to follow her down. We're gonna aim, I'm hoping that top aims right to that fire. So we're gonna make our face cut, come in on the back, and then finish it off with that. We'll leave a pretty thick hinge so we can do that. Talk about disappointment. I thought that top was gonna be tall enough that it would slam on that fire and go whoosh, and we do a cool slow-mo effect. Look at that. You're within like a foot of it. Talk about disappointing, but that's okay. Tree's pretty close to being where it needs to be cleaned up. We'll just chop it a couple times, get that thrown on, and then that one will be next. That's thrown together pretty well all the way around. We have one last dead tree to take down. I don't have enough room to get the machine in behind it, so we're gonna have to lift just a little bit. Let's see if we broke it or if it's fixable. We need to order a part here. I think we can get through the day with it, but we're gonna go ahead and order a replacement for that. You see what happened? Broke that plastic right there. As long as I get it caught on two healthy ones, I think we can get through the day. Go ahead and get a replacement made though. Made, now ordered. Not making anything. Get this last screw on and we'll get going. So this is looking really good and I'm happy with it at this point. We weren't trying to really peel any dirt off as far as getting down to grade, just getting the vegetation off so I can get some good measurements and we can get some batter boards set up in the future. This is probably, I'd say the other side of the pile is about the very tip of the bow, the very front of the boat. So once that all burns down more, we'll just push it off the rest of the way and be done with it. And then we're cleared, we're ready to go. We're ready to start laying out where the YouTube yacht's gonna go. So that's exciting. It won't be in this video, but it will definitely be in a video coming up very shortly. I can promise you that because we are just as excited as you guys are. So next thing, we're gonna head over to this black oak. We're gonna pull some measurements. We're gonna start cutting some of those logs.
And that is exactly what we did with the rest of the day, but it will not be on this video. So be sure to stay tuned for the channel to see how this turns out. It will be the next video that is uploaded. It will be one portion of the next video that's uploaded. There's lots going on in the next video as well, but we will go over the board footage that we got out of this log and the approximate square footage of flooring we'll get out of this log, because that's what we're doing. If you remember, here's the info card. Nuts 319 came down and cut this tree for us. We are going to have this hauled off and milled up into hardwood flooring for the YouTube yacht project. So we'll talk about how we came up with those numbers and hopefully how much flooring we'll be able to get out of it. So that was a pretty cool thing, and hopefully you guys think it'll be neat as well whenever you watch it. I would tell you hit that subscribe button, and I would tell you to ring the bell, but YouTube has not been sending out notifications to subscribers anymore. So the best I can tell you is we upload videos every Thursday and every Sunday. So be sure to stay tuned for the channel and stop by and check it out. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.